This episode of Video Fashion News is all about men's fashion, from the latest styles to the enduring classics. In South Africa, Parel focuses on comfort and trans-seasonal dressing.
Our inspiration is Asian and South African streetwear. We combine this into an edgy look.
Get in the mood for summer with a Knot Company's 2021 collection at Gran Canaria Swim Week. Hear the story of the king of rock and roll, John Varvatos.
I have two parts of my life, fashion and rock and roll, so I love that I'm able to blend the two.
Xavier Sadan draws inspiration from his father's closet for a contemporary menswear runway. Plus, we look back at the work of the eternally classic American menswear designer, Todd Snyder, who's now celebrating his 10th anniversary.
I love Todd Snyder as a designer because he's so consistent. He's always had a very clean trajectory, but what we saw today was a little bit more polish.
All that and more on Video Fashion News.
My collection this year is focused on comfort and trans-seasonal wear. The reason we chose this is because South Africa is neither hot or cold weather, and we wanted to reproduce these looks constantly throughout the year, which limits our stock wastage. But yet, our inspiration is also inspired by Asian and South African streetwear. We combine this into an edgy look. What I value most in my staff and team is complete honesty. If things go wrong in production and no one is being honest about it, it's going to completely mess up our product. So I value the fact that whenever something goes wrong, or if they don't know how to do anything, the first thing they do is come and ask me about it. COVID has taught me the value of production and the value of people. Production in the sense that stock shouldn't be overflowing and we shouldn't be focusing on mass production but small quantities, as well as the value of people. Right now we need to rely on each other in terms of work, in terms of collaboration, in terms of just completely trusting each other to lift us up at this moment. My biggest gift is my family. They are the most supportive system I have. They are constantly pushing me to become better and are supporting me throughout everything from packaging to delivery and constantly being there for me. What I would have been if I hadn't chose fashion would have been either graphic designer or teacher. I value teaching people new skills and interacting with them, but I also value the creative arts. The reason I chose fashion is because I feel like fashion for me is a combination of everything. You can completely immerse yourself in the culture of art, while still educating people at the same time.
It's edgy, eclectic, and above all, it's rock and roll. John Varvatos has made a name for himself in the luxury menswear industry, appealing to free-spirited style seekers who want to look sexy, elegant, and a little rebellious.
I have two parts of my life, fashion and rock and roll, so I love that I'm able to blend the two.
John knows style from the musician's point of view. Obviously, he studied music and the musicians through the generations and their styles. So he's applying it to his own style and bringing that also with a slant of class.
He's an American icon. He's somebody that always puts his point of view into the clothing.
He makes clothes that are slim cut and they almost look like they're vintage, a little bit vintage. The guys from Detroit, Iggy and myself and people like that, we're the guys that wear his clothes.
When I think of John Varvatos, I mean, I always think of clothes for sort of real guys who don't necessarily consider themselves fashion people, but who appreciate clothes and they like to feel like they're stylish and in the moment.
John Varvatos was born and raised in Detroit, where he was exposed to a melting pot of musical styles and influences. After graduating from college, Varvatos worked in men's retail for over a decade before founding his namesake label in 2000. It wasn't long before Varvatos attracted a hot list of musician and celebrity fans.
I know he's a big rock and roll fan, and I love to wear men's clothes as well, so check it out.
I think he's a fabulous guy. The detailing on his clothing is unbelievable. Everybody that works for him is terrific.
I love when the musicians say, "You're the real rock guy," and I love it. It's like they're asking me questions. I'm like, that's the coolest thing possible.
In 2008, Varvatos took over the space formerly occupied by CBGB, the legendary epicenter of New York's punk scene, which had been shut down 2 years prior. Varvatos resurrected the space as an eclectic boutique and tribute to the musical landmark.
We really tried to maintain every inch of the history that we could maintain and kind of honor what was here. We're not at all trying to be CBGBs. We're just trying to make sure that the world still has the ability to enjoy part of what was here.
Although the company declared bankruptcy in May 2020 during the COVID-19 pandemic, the brand has survived, and the designer stays true to his vision for the John Varvatos man.
There are guys totally opposed to the uniform and logos and that type of thing. They really want to carry themselves in a certain way that's very them. And that's when I love the clothes the most, is when somebody wears them and I'm like, God, they look great. What we like is guys who want to create their own style.
The Knot Company is a Canary Island fashion company based in Santa Cruz de Tenerife. Founded by Juan Carlos Armas and Ascension Gomez, the brand specializes in swimwear and accessories with a focus on innovative, sustainable design. The Knot Company's 2021 swim collection was titled Awakening of the Soul and aimed to enhance our sensitivity to beauty. The pared-down runway featured classic pieces with striking prints and patterns. The collection was about reducing excessive consumption and waste. Mesh and knot prints were meant to symbolize how tied up our culture is in consumerism. Abstract patterns referencing classical statues, checkerboards, and trees represented a meditative state and striving toward change. An easy summer collection with a message from the Knot Company at Gran Canaria Swim Week.
I'm inspired by the thing I love: nature, beauty, arts, colors, music, dance, and especially David Bowie. I have tried to put these things into my collection. My new collection this season colors green, blue, mint and beige. I designed very easy wardrobe for men. Women love to wear sometimes pieces as well. I used recycled fabrics, lightweight and ecological, like cotton, bamboo, linen. I used special zips made from recycled plastic bottles. Handmade accessories, especially from my culture. I called them lucky necklace. The collection has a special pieces with a small details like a reflector. My own design print with traditional English lines I use for collection and accessories like scarf, bandana, Parel. Also I designed sandals and sneakers with the net leather detail for a complete look.
American designer Todd Snyder celebrates his 10th anniversary in fall 2021. We look back on one of his acclaimed runway shows.
This season, I was really inspired by, I took a trip to Capri a couple years ago and fell in love with the island, and it's so beautiful. I mean, the island itself is gorgeous, and then everyone who's there is very beautiful and chic. But there was always this kind of casual sense of luxury, so there was a lot of linen with leather sandals, but with a cashmere sweater. And I just like kind of the juxtaposition of mixing some of that beautiful fabrics in with this kind of casual sensibility. For this season, I'm a lot more casual than I've been, and things like the pants are loosening up. I'm doing drawstring linen pants, drawstring shorts, casual shirts mixed in with suits, so the guy can kind of dress in the evening, but also can dress, during the day, whether he's going to the beach. It's just really that whole kind of lifestyle. To me, it's always been about how you mix things up to make them new. This season, I wanted to have luxury fabrics like linen, like tropical wools, and I mixed in suedes. I mixed in these really beautiful textured items, but they're very soft and supple.
I love Todd Snyder as a designer because he's so consistent. And one of the things you look for when you're at shows or in fashion is a designer going to go like this one season and then this way and then this way? He's always had a very clean trajectory, but what we saw today was a little bit more polish. He was inspired by the Amalfi Coast and Capri and Europe in the summer. And I think you really saw that European sense of sophistication, still very casual, but refined and dressed up.
I thought it was great. I especially love the suits. He's like master of the cotton suit. I mean, that stone cement colored suit and cotton is perfect. I thought what was new is all these kind of lightweight t-shirts with a kind of lower neckline that felt very modern. And I like the way he's still doing that kind of tonal monochromatic combinations. I think the shorts looked really fresh. I noticed those overnight carry-alls. I thought those were great. I like the combination of the blue, kind of heightened blue with the black, and then leather duffel bags, and it was a really, really strong collection.
The bags are really great. They're actually load-up bags. They're friends of mine. I love what they do, and we're working on a collaboration. I needed some bags because this guy's a traveler. I kind of always looked at my guy as someone who travels the world or wants to travel the world and aspires to travel the world. So it's always good to have the great accessories as well.
I love the show. Listen, I'm a really big fan of Todd's, and I'm a friend of his, and I'm always happy to come and see his stuff, and it never fails to please, ever. To be honest, the fabrics that Todd's choosing this year have been outstanding, and I love the Japanese influence that's come in, and their care for fabrics has been pretty prominent, which I love, and the necklines that are coming in and that relaxed workwear feel, that kind of stuff I love.
I love that he took evening wear to a really casual place. To find a cotton tuxedo is a really cool thing, and he did it really well. And then, of course, the color palette, very specific with those great blues in the beginning, the khaki, that military color. Very precise and very specific. Really, really good. Actually, what I really loved was the end with those sophisticated tuxedos, the all-white suit.
For me, I wanted something that was elegant but wasn't too dressy. But we have some beautiful tuxedos in the collection at the end that are these beautiful indigo linen tuxedo and a charcoal tuxedo and an off-white kind of cream tuxedo, which is beautiful. So that to me in itself kind of embodies my customer who, you want to borrow a little bit from everything. I don't want to be completely dressy. I don't want to be completely casual. I like mixing the two up.
With designer Michael Reed at the helm, South African fashion label Xavier Sadan offers clean design and unique construction for the contemporary man. The collection explores the space between soft masculinity and strong femininity. For versatility and functionality, removable pockets encourage the wearer to interact with their garments. The designer drew inspiration from the classic menswear in his father's closet for the textures and color palette in the collection. Easy and artistic contemporary menswear from Xavier Sadan. That's a wrap on this episode of Video Fashion News. Tune in next time for another fashion experience.